Hey guys, Double Wide 6 here, and as many of you know, I put a new engine on my zero turn, and I mowed about 3 acres out here, and my governor kind of flew apart. So this engine, I think it was a 2001, and as you can see here, here's some of the pieces of the governor that sort of fell apart. I just cracked it open. I was trying to adjust the governor, and there was no adjustment whatsoever. It would just run at full RPM. So I was pretty sure it was the governor, but I wanted to pop it open and take a look inside there, see if there's any damage. And everything looks pretty good. It just looks like it's gonna need a new cover and crankcase seal here, and we're gonna, I guess we'll put a new oil seal on here as well. But I wanted to make sure that it was the governor that was broken, and that way you know, when I order the parts, I'll know exactly what I need and what to get. So here's a close-up look of all the little parts that fell off the governor. You just want to be careful that you get all the metal out of there, because you don't want these chips inside your engine. And I got to buy a new governor assembly. This is actually for the oil pump. But I got to order these pieces and gaskets and stuff before I can get this thing back together. So if you stick with this video, we'll show you how to put the pieces in, and we're gonna set the governor. We'll show you how to do all that and get it all back together. Well, the parts came in. Got a crankcase gasket, we got an oil seal, we got a rocker gasket for each side. I had a little leak there, and I also got the new governor gear. So the first thing we're going to do is just replace the oil seal. Since we have this off, might as well do it right. Alright, I'm just going to carefully try and lift that oil seal out without damaging the casting at all. And there we go, we'll put in the new one. So for the oil seal, I put a tiny bit of grease on it, and now I'm just going to kind of carefully work it in here till it seats. Now I'm pulling off the oil pump. We're going to need to take this off in order to install it properly. There's usually like a O-ring in here, and I didn't get a replacement O-ring, so hopefully it looks alright. There you go, we're in there. See some bubbles on that because I was cleaning this actually with some water to get any dirt out of it. So I'm just going to clean that out. Quick tip for you, I'm doing the rocker gaskets, and if you just paint both sides of the gasket, it really helps it seal. So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to do that with the crankcase gasket. So at this point, I've cleaned off all my mating surfaces of the crankcase. As far as the governor goes, there's a washer, which I'm reusing, and it has some slots in it for oiling. There's a cap that goes in here, and there's also a ring. So the ring is like a little tiny snap ring. It's going to snap on the governor shaft. That goes below the cap, kind of like that. And then once you get your cap in here, drop it in there. Alright, so it's going to go like this, and then like that, and then that cap's on there, and that ring is going to actually snap onto the shaft. So sometimes when you put the governor gear in, you have to loosen up the cam just to get the teeth to mesh properly. So I think we're about ready to install that now. Alright, so I've actually already loosened up the cam. If you rotate the crankshaft and pull out the timing gear on the crankshaft, you can loosen the cam right up. So it's the washer and then the governor assembly, and we want it to mesh with those teeth. And then you can see the cam's actually loose, so we want to slide these gears down together, and everything should snap right in place just like that. Now what we need to do is slide this down till that ring locks, and you just heard it snap in, and that's the way our governor works. Alright, now all we have to do is line up our timing marks. Okay, I just oiled up the crankshaft, and we're going to put on our timing gear, just turning it a little bit. And what we need to do is line up our timing gear so that the two dots line up. Looks like we got it. Okay, we're putting on the crankcase seal, and I painted both sides of it, and I already cleaned up the mating surface. And once again, that paint just helps it seal, and it prevents any crankshaft clearance issues. Okay, I put a little grease on the shaft, and now we're gonna try and put the sump on here. There we go. Alright. I noticed that my oil seal wasn't quite perfectly straight, and what I ended up doing is I popped the sump back off. I popped it out carefully with the screwdriver, and now I'm reseating it after. I think that's the better way to go about putting your seal on. Okay, now we're going to put together the oil pump. Just going to dribble a little oil in there. Make sure our O-ring is sealed with oil. Looks good. And first thing we have to do is line up our shaft and make sure it seats. Should go down below the surface a little bit like that, and then we can put in our inner and outer oil pumping gears. Just a matter of figuring out how it lines up. It's a very tightly machined fit. There we go. And the last thing that we do is we put on the cover. I marked it so I know exactly how it went on before. And we're going to run in our 3 set screws. So I'm on to the crankcase bolts. I'm going to put Loctite on them, so I'm going to clean up the threads on the wire brush. And I think the spec was something like 250 inch-pounds, so that's about 21 foot-pounds is what I'm going to be doing with my torque wrench, and I'm going to use a crisscross pattern. Okay guys, now we're going to set the governor. I got the engine back on. That took some time. And if you're curious about wiring an engine or swapping out an engine on a tractor, I have 2 videos underneath my name on the Double Wide 6 channel page, so you can find those videos. As far as the governor goes, we're looking underneath. I have a muffler right up above the camera, so it's kind of hard to get it in there. First thing that you want to do is take a 7/16 wrench and loosen up this nut here, and that'll free up the governor so that it's loose. Then the governor shaft is here. It actually fits a 1/4 inch socket, and you want to turn the socket to the right like you're tightening. Put good pressure on it, and then you're gonna tighten up that nut. Now while you're tightening the nut, you're gonna put your hand up on the governor lever and add pressure up there. So you're gonna keep pressure here, a hand up on the governor lever, and you're going to tighten this nut right here with the 7/16 wrench. Now I'm going to move the camera up. See, there's the muffler. Here's the governor lever right here coming down, and you always want to push on this lever, push down the same direction that you're turning your governor shaft underneath. So I'm going to push down on that, and with my ratchet I'm gonna turn down on that to keep some pressure on that, and we're gonna take our 7/16 wrench and tighten that up. And that's basically how you set the governor on these Briggs and Stratton engines. Alrighty guys, so I got the engine on there, governor installed, and pretty much everything's good to go. I tried to tune the engine a little bit with my RPM meter, and it either goes too slow or too fast, and the reason for that is I need to replace the governor spring. Along with the governor came this little chart here, and basically there's different springs that you need for the new governor. So if the bottom line is, this engine, if your engine was after 06, you can keep the governor spring that was on the engine, and if it was before 2006, you need a new governor spring. And there's different colors for different RPMs. So I'm going to order the 32 to 3400 spring 79339, which is orange. Whoa! Who are you?
I don't know.
Alright.
From the forest.
We're getting ready for Halloween here, as you can see. So anyhow, I'm Double Wide 6, and I got a whole bunch of repair videos. You can check out my channel. And thanks for subscribing. This is my wife. What?
Hey everybody out in Double Wide 6 YouTube land.
Alright. Alright man, and Poobah's doing pretty good. He's got another 3 weeks or so till he makes it to maintenance, but the doctor said be ready for a hospital stay here, because their counts drop. He just got blood the other day, so he's feeling alright.
Blood and platelets next week.
Alright. But we're getting ready for Halloween. He's not scared. Alright, man. So thanks for watching. We'll see you.